currently live on ground that simply did not exist a few centuries ago. No volcanic eruptions formed this terrain, no shifting tectonic plates pushed it to the surface. Every grain of sand, every mile of new shoreline was intentionally placed there by human hands. For most of our history, the ocean was an unstoppable force. When the water advanced, we retreated. But eventually, we decided to push back. We are now actively hacking and rewriting the physical geography of the Earth, redrawing the boundaries between land and sea. This map shows northern Europe 10,000 years ago. The massive expanse connecting Great Britain and the mainland was Doggerland. Beneath the seafloor, archaeologists find mammoth remains and stone tools. Eventually, melting glaciers and the Storega tsunami swallowed the coastline. The people living there had no seawalls or pumps to protect them. Their only survival strategy was to abandon their hunting grounds and run for higher elevation. So 99% of human history, coastlines were temporary. The ocean was an undefeated force that permanently dictated human borders. That dynamic finally began to reverse in the sinking deltas of northern Europe. The early settlers of the Netherlands found themselves slowly losing ground to the North Sea, but instead of packing up, they stood their ground. They developed a system called a polder. A polder is a tract of low-lying land enclosed by dikes, or protective walls, where the water is continuously pumped out. It marked the moment we stopped fleeing the water and started fighting it. Look at the design of this traditional Dutch windmill. Beginning in the 11th century with simple mud dikes, the Dutch eventually engineered these massive wooden sails, harnessing wind power to physically lift and drain heavy volumes of water out of the marshes. But the sea is relentless. In 1953, a massive storm surge tore through the existing defenses, as you can see in this aerial photograph showing ruptured dikes and deeply flooded homes. Thousands of buildings were destroyed, forcing engineers to radically upgrade their entire protective network. The 1953 disaster proved a costly lesson, but it showed that with enough concrete, steel, and mechanical pumping, humanity could hold the line. Holding the line eventually wasn't enough. As populations ballooned and global maritime trade demanded massive new ports, coastal cities ran out of physical space. We needed to manufacture actual ground. This image shows a modern dredger in action. These ships sail into open water and use heavy machinery to suck up millions of tons of sand directly from the ocean floor. The ship then pumps that slurry of sand and water through massive pipes into a designated shallow zone. Layer by layer, the sand settles and compacts until a stable, artificial landmass breaches the surface. You can see the proof of this technique here in Dubai. This is the Palm Jumeirah during its construction phase. Those artificial sand fronds are engineered to be dense enough to support the heavy urban construction of high-rises and luxury resorts directly on top. Here is a satellite view of Singapore, a nation that has used these exact dredging techniques to physically expand its national borders by over 20%, adding hard coastlines and harbor zones where there was once only water. Humanity's relationship with the sea has flipped. We have gone from building walls to keep the ocean out to dropping entirely new landmasses directly into it. The modern Netherlands offers a sharp contrast to the fate of Doggerland. Today, 26% of the country exists safely below sea level, protected by a wall of human engineering. These massive concrete piers and steel gates reflect a specific mathematical strategy. The Dutch designed their coastal defenses to a flood risk standard of 1 in 10,000 years, ensuring these structures can absorb nearly any conceivable strike. But the water is rising again. As global temperatures increase and glaciers melt, the ocean will inevitably test the limits of every seawall and every artificial island we've constructed. In response, engineers are looking at the Markerwadden, a constructed archipelago in the Netherlands. Notice the organic, marsh-like shapes. Unlike the rigid geometry of older polders, these islands are designed to work with the water, serving as nature reserves. It's a stepping stone toward floating cities that rise and fall with the tides. Humanity has become the active geological force reshaping the Earth. Our survival now depends entirely on our ability to maintain the map we've built.